Oh my god, I really have to fix my stream. Oh, I'm too lazy. Ah shit, hold on. I think my stream is streaming at, oh god, I think it's streaming at 2560 at 2K. Oh boy. Yeah. Okay, I need I need to end stream. Hold on. Whoop-de-doo. Unless I can, unless God, I was like recording stuff, so yeah. Be right back. Hello. Is stream healthy? I actually beat the timeout. No way. Bum bum bum. Check. Check 1 2. Microphone check 1 2. Microphone check. Wow, I sound so clear. Wow, hello. Here we are, and we're going to be mixing for just a little bit. Hello and good evening, everybody. Hello Toki. Hello Chase. Hello Nezu. Did I put on background music? Okay, why am I doing this? Shin requested that he was curious about how the mix process goes. So I decided to ask him if hey, would you be okay if I streamed my mixing? And he was like, yeah, that's okay. And considering I don't usually advertise my streams very well, he was totally fine. Just whoever's interested in for him to watch the VOD. So I thought we're gonna approach mixing from scratch. Well, or how I start my projects. I'm gonna put on some background music so it's not like dead quiet. Where's my background? Don't be too loud. Okay. So unfortunately, to do this, I have to do the thing that all streamers fear using, display capture. So hopefully I don't dox myself. Mango's teen, hello. Thank you for dropping by. We're not drinking anything today, but we're gonna mix some music, or at least how I start my projects. Today we are using Reaper. This is just a skin I saved, just a skin over Reaper, highly customizable. I have a bunch of different themes. This is what the default is. I don't really like it, so I prefer using a Pro Tools skin because I'm just, yeah. There's a long story about that, but I was like, it started off as a joke. I was like, haha, look guys, I'm using Pro Tools while I was in school. And then it was just like, turns out that I was just playing the fool. The fool is me. So anyways, let's start it off. Okay, so like any workflow, I have templates. So I have a couple templates here. I have some new ones I recently made that integrates my hardware. I have some old templates that I used for my covers. This is my most recent up-to-date template. It basically saves me from doing everything over again. See? Voila. This is how I start all my projects, essentially. Today we're going to be using this. I'm basically just routing my master because this is for my hardware. Currently for this stream, I don't know how to get ASIO audio into my stream, so I have to use WASAPI. WASAPI, but that's okay. Okay, so go ahead and grab some of the audio. So we have the instrumental. Let's make sure that is getting its let me make sure that the audio is going through. Oh yeah, I should probably unmute my background. Turn it down a little bit. Sleepy Zal. Yeah, hey Maku. Yeah, this is just I was like, I kind of want to stream and I kind of need to mix some commissions. Then I asked Shin. This is Shin's commission, by the way. I mixed his cover of Villain I think like 2 months ago. And I'm basically gonna be mixing another cover of his. He's doing Villain. I'm just gonna check the audio. Cool. Let's make sure it's not ear blasting. I'm just doing this for stream levels, really. That looks good. You know what? This instrumental is actually, I think, pretty okay. Woo! Okay, maybe a little hot. Oh yeah, 808s. Where does he get loud? It's loud here. Yeah, that's good. I'll just turn it down a bit. Just for the sake of the stream, I'm gonna set a -6 in the master. Normally I wouldn't. Although this instrumental right now, where is it hitting at the moment? So basically, what's step 1? I'm just trying to determine a good level to listen to things out and reference. So looks like this instrumental is unmastered. Because if it was mastered, it would be like reaching the limits of this waveform. And it looks like, you know, Wotaku kindly gave us about 6. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it peaks a little bit more over here. Wotaku gave us about like 3 decibels of headroom to work with. But I like to work with more. So if I wish I can see it vertically. Hold on, I need to look at my mixer. Other ways I can like look at my mixer like this way. So I'm just gonna look at the instrumental and see how high it's hitting. It's pretty hot. It's like averaging around 6, I'd say, but like when it hits those peaks and stuff, it's just like it's like really loud. So we're gonna take the loudest peak of the song. That looks like these hits right here. Pew. Oh, actually, you know what I do want to do with this cover? I wonder if he's gonna, in his cover, he's gonna hold a revolver. I gotta be honest. This is not a revolver. This is not the sound of a revolver. This is the sound of a rifle. A pistol does not make that sound. So I might actually later on do this and then put in my own sample. But for now, we'll just leave it as this. So this looks like to be the peak. This is hitting around, like, it's pretty hot. So we're gonna drop this instrumental down to like, let's give ourselves like 6 dB of headroom. Okay, so overall, yep, it's kind of like around -18 there, -18, in between -12 and -18 dB. Yeah, that's like, I think I can work with that headroom. All right, so we've given us about 18 decibels of headroom. I am gonna go and pull in the reference actually. So this is also something that I recommend people do when they're mixing, is to actually just pull, if they're doing covers, pull in the reference. So let's go get Wotaku's reference. Anywhere I can buy it. Probably not. Alright, I'm just gonna use the good old Ripper. But I'm not using it to like listen to it. Well, I guess I am listening to it, but what I'm really doing, what I need it for, is to reference the mix. That's the purpose. I need to see in I need to download the reference so I can understand the interpretation of Wotaku's effects and try to stick as close as we can to it. All right, so this looks good. I got my little project thingamajiggy here. I'm just making sure that there's no information in here that's gonna dox me. What I can do, I just need to just delete that, honestly. Okay, so we need to find the BPM of the song, right? So step one was to just put in all our material. This is our instrumental. This is our reference track. All right, I have a click track going. It's not very useful yet, but we're gonna find the tempo of the song. I could Google it, or the easy way really is just to do this, or well, lazy way is just to tap. Oh, I gotta mute this thing. It's throwing me off. All right, so let's see. Okay. Little intro thing, and this is where it starts. So put it on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Hey. 2, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm almost on the money here. Is it 105 BPM? We're about to find out. I think it is 105 BPM. Hey, does it match though? Hey, look at that. Right on the money. Pretty good. That's a first try right there. Probably just do it like right on. All right, so I'm basically just zooming in really far to see where the waveform starts. In this case, it looks like the instrumental was rendered at the 0 position. So try and match that. All right, this is gonna sound a little weird, but I'm basically just gonna be waveform matching at the moment, but I'm gonna turn this down. That's the first peak around there. So now they should be like right on top of each other. Should be perfectly timed. And we're gonna drop this instrumental like way down. This is here, let me show you the difference between a mastered track and a non-mastered. You see? Look at, you can see all the space, and over here, look at this. Oh boy, it's like completely limited. It looks like a sausage. That's mastering in a nutshell. Just making it louder. Okay. So we have our BPM set. It's at 105. I don't know why Reaper does this, but it just does. And we have our reference track. And now we can bring in the instrument, bring in the tracks, like some of Shin's tracks. Okay, so I asked them to render 2 things. So we got track 1, track 2. Go. Got a laugh track. We'll mute that for now. Okay. Look at what let's see what we're working with right now. It's already from the sides, it's good. We're talking and working through some of the techniques to record. This looks pretty good. And normally I would just do a dry run and listen to how it sounds as is. Which we can. Because like I feel the next step right now, the step that I'm on or thinking about is fixing the fixing step. That means either removing noise, cleaning up the waveforms, and timing and tuning. Like already you can see right now, I can already see some noise here. Or like, and like there's like mouth noises and stuff like that, so. But it looks pretty minimal, honestly, so. But that's stuff that we want to get out, so. Some breaths. Alright, so. I guess we'll just start cleaning. Try and do this as official, as like professional as I can. So S to slice, start trimming things off, giving them some nice fade ins, fade outs, stuff out. Work with we can work on both of them at the same time, honestly. Do I want this? Okay, we'll leave out. Let's leave out breaths for now. I don't think breaths are going to be really important in this track. So, to make the song easier, I requested that he recorded like kind of like each line individually a little bit, sort of like, or like more like each phrase individually. It just makes more sense and it's easier to retake and do things like that. So this is all pre-prep work before mixing. Did I say we're gonna get to mixing? I didn't. That's a lie. We're getting to fixing. This is the setup to mix. And honestly, sometimes the setup to mix takes much longer than the actual mixing process. Especially in the Utaite community. Is there any breaths here? That's fine. There's no breaths here. Sometimes you want to keep breaths, you know? What's this? Oh, that's mouth noises. We don't want those. Over here. More mouth noise. Yep. It really do be. Hey, Ruz. Thanks for dropping by. It really is pain. But I've been thinking about like a new process for getting. Honestly, I'm just gonna start calling when I like actually bring my commissions into full swing, where I'm contracting people. I guess it'd be technically contracting people to be like my mix assistants. Basically, I'm thinking about turning my actual mixing commissions into a more full-fledged service, I guess, question mark. But I need to figure out a way to do it legally, because things get complicated when you start involving other human beings. I don't know. That's why so in a perfect world, how about this? In a perfect world, if I knew a single thing about business, right? I'd probably have to make a contractor and then I have to hire employees, and then I have to make sure that all the papers are filled out and liabilities and things like that. But we don't really have anything like that in the online world, do we? We kind of just more or less hand over money under the table and pray that we don't get taxed. Something like that. But in the ideal world, I want mix assistants. And I was thinking about I ever have people that I work with regularly, I was thinking about creating like a template, you know. Basically, we all work out of Reaper, and then I basically cloud share a Reaper project, and just like the real world or a real studio, the mix assistant's job is to just set up the entire project for me and do all this work for me. Yeah. No, there's not really officially a cloud sharing thing for Reaper, but I'm just talking about saving the project in a Google share, Google Drive. And then that Google Drive is linked to me, you know. Totally not a security risk or anything, right? Totally not a security risk. But the idea is essentially I want to create a template project that essentially if I start a commission and I hire someone that's going to tune in time, all they do is just pull out one of my templates and then start dragging and dropping in all the audio files, organizing them, labeling them, cutting them like this way, and then tune timing. So that by the time that they're done, they save the project and all I need to do is open it and it's all ready for me to mix. Wouldn't that be sick? It's honestly how they do it at the studios. Or at least they used to. Mix assistants essentially would be running around a studio, and their whole job would be to like set up all the tracks and yeah, it's grunt work, but you know what? It's pretty darn important work. We don't have any instances of Melodyne yet. And there probably is like an easier way for me to actually slice because, for example, Reaper has a dynamic split mode. If I press D, right? Technically I could tune this a little bit, you know, and then slice it like that. But to be honest, it's just another form of laziness that I have. I don't want to deal with this. Or I don't want to learn how to dynamically split this. Probably be a lot easier if I figure this out. But I don't want to. I'm lazy. I'm lazy to learn sometimes. I'm just gonna brute force it. To be honest, this is actually the way that I used to freaking fix up projects. We literally got graded. We got graded for how close we could basically do this. Bring it up, like how well we make a fader, and then how far you can zoom in to the waveform and like cut it off. Dead ass. We used to like get graded for how close we could get down to there. Like, it's so stupid. That was once upon a time. Honestly, I was just looking back at my mixing notes from classes, and it's a nice refresher actually to look through all the things I studied during my academia years. And there's still a lot of good resources, but now I'm looking at like, hey, I use that to every day. I know I use that every other day. I remember this concept. Sometimes just refreshing on them is nice so that I'm better equipped to explain how they work to newer people. Sharing knowledge is good. It is always good to share knowledge, but make sure you know what the hell you're talking about before you share any knowledge. In an age of information, there's a lot of disinformation, right?
All absurdities and
There's like, he even recorded the monologue for this, so what a guy. What a guy. All right, so you can see right now all the tracks are pretty much all cleaned up relatively. I'm probably going to rename these. Mafia track. I don't know. Mafia track 2, Mafia track 1, Mafia track 2. Okay, let's see a dry run. Turn off this.
Disorder 好き勝手やってまいたまくいの種を踏んで祈りの歌も届かないこの街じゃ暴力がお似合いだろうね交通法に従っていても目的地にはもうつかないぜ名誉も金も未来も欲しいから絆の力で奪い取れ
It's a little louder.
出ない芝がのけ物にされてたゴミかす捨てられ
A little louder.
親に合わす顔もねそれでも生きてたいあいつを
Bro, we can definitely boost that. Hey, Kilo.
夜道に気をつけな
A little loud.
バイバイでバイバイゲームなら大体は散々やった警察の権力も懸命で経営に加担していた適当な仕事をしたやつ
A little soft.
投げて消すしたいた仲間になったら世界を半分やるからこっちについてきな弱き者に敵を悪しき者にな
A little soft.
許せれないことでも俺が許してやるよ全て手に
Well, also, I wouldn't say it is a little bit softer, but the instrumental is also getting a lot louder too. So sometimes the perception of like things getting softer is just because we're being distracted by the instrumental, right? I mean, look, this whole thing is essentially just one huge crescendo, you know. So you have to take that into account and remember that, you know, just because if this sounds like quieter, like this sounds louder, well, take a look at the entire mix that you're listening to, right? Like obviously this is gonna stand out more because the instrumental is like a softer. So keep that in mind. Keep that in mind when you start boosting stuff. Okay. Honestly, the timing sounds pretty darn good. Let's see how Shin sang with Miku. Turn this down a tiny bit. Oh yeah, if you guys didn't know, on Reaper, once you have all these objects things, all you need to do is just hover over to the top and then woo! You can just like adjust things on the fly. And remember, Mars, who? Like, hey, Galo. Huh? What? Sorry, I'm just calling off of whatever names I see, okay? That's pretty good. Roku. Loud. So like over here, this is actually it's actually not that much louder, to be honest, but what happens is that I can tell that he's singing closer to the microphone. So while the levels might be somewhat the same, even though you record it, it's just sang just closer. No. And when you sing closer to these kind of microphones, you get an increased bass response. So previously, when we were reviewing lines, he was recommended that he sing like 2 fist lengths away from the microphone, because I think that's like close enough but far enough so that you've captured the full frequency of your voice and you're not like doing the whole proximity bass effect. Like if I speak, here's an example, like I'm speaking right now 1 fist away from my microphone, right? I'm not speaking any louder, right? But probably sounds like much closer. And if I like put my, oh yeah, see, now that's like, see, that's a bass response right there. That's like ASMR. That's called the proximity effect. People like abusing it to get a higher bass response in their voice. But these are all pretty clean lines, I'd say. A little tubby, right? By that I mean we're still taking advantage of the bass of the proximity effect, but I think it's going to be in our favor for the type of song. So mixing kickback was hell. Oh yeah. I'm not even finished with mine. Yeah, kickback is something, but man, you did a great job, Maku. For that's like your first published mix. Can't wait to see what you're gonna do for your like next one. We gotta like collab sometime. A little bit loud. Up it down by 3. Let's see how that says. Yeah, I'm just doing some minor adjustments, you know, but I can definitely, before, like I said, these were low. I can definitely tell. Sometimes you can mix with your eyes a little bit, I'd say. It's okay to mix with your eyes. Just make sure you check with your ears. So, like, I can't, like, increase that, so all I do is just do this. Same thing over here. I can just boost this. I'm gonna boost this up like 3. Whenever you're adjusting volume, if you really want to, I'd start in 3 decibel increments, because if I haven't said this enough, the human ear is easily learned this from a master class. The human ear is able to perceive 3 decibel differences in loudness. Like anything you're like 3 decibels is like the minimum amount that you'll definitely notice if you listen closely. You'll definitely notice a increase in volume. And I think logarithmically that equates to, like, if you do 3, 6, 9, 12, it's like equivalent to going like linear, in a linear motion on the graph or something like that, when you like plot all the points on a logarithmic graph. Something. Remember, the human ear, this is just a little nerdy thing. The human ear is logarithmic. We don't hear things linearly. We listen to things. We notice differences in sound logarithmically. That's why whenever this is actually just a little musical tip, you know, if you want to sing a crescendo, right? Your crescendo should not be like, I'm just gonna use this as an example, right? You don't want your crescendo. You don't want to. I don't think it's actually sort of humanly possible to do this, but you could. But there would not have, if you sing like that, like an steady increase in volume, but it won't have as much impact as if you go like that. So, oh, by the way, this is just a way to change the fade-in curve. You can right-click the line and then choose your curves. There's a bunch of different fancy ones, but I'm just using the basic one. Okay, honestly, like, I don't think I need to do a whole lot of timing here. Shin did a great job. Shin's got pretty darn good timing. Better timing than me when I first started. Yeah. 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 Pretty good. Pretty good job. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of that boy. Anyways, okay, let's do a little bit of analysis now. Let's do what kind of effects we want to do. Banger song, I know, right? Hey Yachan, thanks for joining. Alright, let's do a little bit of analysis as to what kind of things we want to start putting into our song. So, we're obviously going to be putting some sort of distortion on, but I want you guys to listen, see if you guys can hear this. Can you guys listen carefully to this effect? Do you notice that like the dictation is actually pretty good? That you're able to hear, it's not like completely muffled, but you're able to hear dictation enough. Well, simply put, I can't just take the vocal here. I mean, I could, right? I could just take the vocal, go Go to insert. Let's like throw some trash on it. Where's my? There you go. Take some trash, right? Let's go to a classic texture. That sounds kind of like I don't know. Old telephone. It's a little bit more distorty, right? So it's like Radiocom. No. Itchy?
Disorder.
No. What's kind of like it's overdriven. That's what it is. It's like we just need an overdrive, I think. There's just a classic overdrive here. Sounds really interesting. Sounds like as if the phone plus pitch shifter, to be honest. Yeah.
Disorder.
I want just a classic good old overdrive. Is there just an overdrive circuit? There has to be. I can't read. It's so small, the text. I'm getting so old, I guess. Damn. Harder drive? There you go. Yeah. Alright, so. Honestly, let's do this. Let's make it a full wet. I don't know a single thing he's speaking, but that's the same exact level as his effect. Right? So, here's the thing. I spotted it out immediately, but there's a fun thing that you should do if you're starting out mixing. It's just try to imitate the effects, you know? And slowly you're going to start learning more. So here we got that's just a basic overdrive. This is what I'm going to do. Okay? I'm going to put on the effects. Like, can I just paste it? Hello. I have to put in trash. Put it in trash. Okay. We got our overdrive here. Okay. Put it on. I have these little buses all set and ready. Already like set up to. I think they go to. Okay, no. They should be going to like. Yep, they go to the pre-master. And we're just gonna send this to. We're gonna send it to our FX1. Then we're gonna turn it down. See? We have a dry signal, and then we have a wet signal. Right? See? You mix together you mix together the overdrive with the dry vocal, and then you have dictation. Obviously, there's still like EQ and compression to start adding, but like I spotted out immediately. I would not have been able to hear Miku if it was just all overdrive, but we can understand Miku, right? In fact, you can actually hear the distortion of her, like the that like the sibilance in her voice. You can hear it. So like you wouldn't get that. You wouldn't be able to hear that if it was being thrown into the overdrive, you know. So Wataku decided to, yeah, like the airiness of her voice. Wataku decided to layer an overdrive on top of the dry vocal so that you can hear her, right? And all you do is just like mix this a little bit. She's almost unreal, I know, right? Then it goes dry. You can hear... I hear doublers. I hear slapback delay. There's width. There's lots of vocal width. So that the vocal width is being contributed by the slapback delay and I believe it's a widener of some sort. Something to essentially definitely, well, widen it from the center. So we obviously want to get some sort of widener here eventually, right? Here's a little neat trick you can do. I mean, I don't do this very often, right? Go here and you press M. Wow, a message. Get a marker. You can change the color. See, now I have a little marker to tell me where the things start. Just press M. Markers everywhere. Put markers all over the place. The 808s are decking me in the face. Oh hell yeah! That's just you know, trap. Right? That's just trap. Real trap shit. All right. I'm feeling pretty good about like. Luckily, because like Shin recorded it, and also I requested that Shin comp their own takes. I taught Shin how to comp their own takes, and he's done a pretty good job actually, you know. I'd say it's kind of just up to me now to see if I can blend in these takes to sound a little bit more cohesive. But to be honest, when you throw on the overdrive, like not many people are really gonna understand, not really gonna notice, right? But I'm not gonna be putting a compressor on each track. I'd say I'm just gonna put it on the whole folder. I know this is a cover, but the song is telling me to use 808s. 808s aren't bad. You just gotta don't abuse it, I guess. That's all. By the way, I should probably explain a little bit more about my template, maybe. This colorful scheme of tracks. Gibberish to all y'all. Let me briefly explain. All right, the master track can be hidden with up here, right? But I always have it visible. I prefer having it visible at all times. I've set up my mixing to have a track called the pre-master, and it's exactly what it sounds like. It's essentially just a master before the master. It's a bus that basically collects I send everything to the pre-master before I send it to the master. I think I thought that would be the best way to organize this. Everything else, the instrumental should be sending to the pre-master. Yep. The reference doesn't have to send to the pre-master because we're not trying to mix it. We're just trying to listen to it. So the reference is going straight to the master, and the click is just going straight to the master as well, because we're not going to be mixing it. So I purposely make a pre-master so that I can just do this. I can just move the fader and move this little red fader up and down, right? So I can control the volume of the mix before it hits my master. More recently, I've been adding some effects onto my pre-master. So I can also add my hardware. That's like, I can't do that right now because I'm streaming. So I've been I'll find a way how to do it someday. But please tell me you've seen the one beat where the 808s are trying to tell you something. Oh, I don't. I don't think I have, Maku. That sounds demonic. That indeed does sound demonic. Probably is something conjured up by the dark arts. Okay, so we have a click. Click track is helpful for when you're recording. Keep time. I personally hate Reaper's click. I am just too lazy to fix it. All right, so then we over here we have some bus effects, right? I typically only use one reverb per track per like cover, but there are cases where I'll use multiple reverbs depending on what I do. And if I take a peek at the routing over here, I don't know if you guys can see that. Actually, yeah, I'm not even sure. Is the stream clear enough that you can see what I'm pointing at? Hope so. So it receives my reverb receives from the main vocals and the harm vocal folder. I'll explain folders when we get there. Delay, then just some extra effects. In this case, we're using effects 1 for the overdrive, and you know what, we're gonna rename it. We're gonna call it overdrive. Oh, overdrive. Oh, overdrive. Okay, so we have an overdrive here. I'm just gonna mute it for now because we'll be working on that later. I'm gonna probably just make it -12 because I like nice numbers. I have a few effects on at the moment. I have a Valhalla reverb. I just use Valhalla all the time. Valhalla is goddamn good. You don't need any other reverb. I mean, you do. I mean, you can use other reverbs, but I just think Valhalla is just the GOAT. Some other reverbs that I have, I'll use like Vintage Verb as well, depending on the song, or I'll use Flex Verb, which is apparently a new. It came with an SSL pack or something. So yeah, Valhalla is wonderful. It is wonderful. I have my favorite preset is this preset I created called Boston Symphony Hall, and I guess it sounds like Boston Symphony Hall. Anyways, moving on to the vocal folder. So Reaper has a really cool mechanism called folders. If you guys are not familiar with tracks in Reaper, every single track can be anything you want. It's universal. It can be a bus, it can be MIDI track, it can be a send, a receive, it can be a folder. This is I think it's honestly Reaper's most unique feature is like the universal track, because in other like DAWs, you have to make dedicated tracks, right? You have to make like a MIDI track, you have to make an audio track, and that's specifically like, I think that's like Pro Tools. I don't know. I don't remember what FL Studio does, but like most of FL Studio is just like just one thing. Like I guess it's like a universal track sort of. You also put automation. You have to make, but like automation has to be its own track as well, which is like kind of sucks. Whereas in Reaper, all the automation is, well, I can just press V, and automation shows up underneath the track. I love that about Reaper so much. By the way, V, shortcut V is for volume. This would be post fader volume, by the way, not pre. What's the difference? Pre fader volume is, well, it's the volume before it even hits the track. And then post fader is, well, after all the effects. Taking advantage of both is very key to sort of shaping the dynamic spectrum of your song. Okay, and same thing, harm track. This is a folder. I just deleted the folder. In order to turn things into folders, all you do is just click this little like arrow button. I don't know how clear that is over there, but in this case, this song, I'm not even sure if we have I'm not even sure if we are gonna be using harmonies. I guess I'll make like artificial harmonies potentially, but I'd say, you know, probably go over this. I'll go over this mix with a fine-tooth comb and see how like precise the timing wants it. To be honest, I'm a terrible timer and tuner. I'm very bad at tuning and timing even my own stuff. I just, every single time I time something, I just ruin the vibe, I feel. It really do be like that. But yeah, what will be the next things I'd be doing? Probably going through a vocal chain, trying to figure out a vocal chain. Timing kickback sucked. Yeah, it does. Like I have a couple. I can like slap on my chain. Let's see how it sounds with my chain. Wait. Add effects chain. There you go. There we go. Now we have my chain.
Disorder 好き勝手やってまいたまくいの種を踏んで祈りの歌も届かないこの街じゃ暴力がお似合いだろうね交通法に従っていても目的地にはもうつかないぜ名誉も金も未来も欲しいから絆の力で奪い取れ毒出ない芝かのけ物にされてたゴミかす捨てられ親に合わす顔もねそれでも生きてたい
Explain the Zal chain? Sure. Actually, I feel like the best way I can explain the chain. We should go to the experimental grounds of the where I build my chains. That's all. I'm going to save the project. 1 second. I have to. I have to display capture as evil. Make sure to save the project. In Mafia mix. I'll create a subdirectory. There we go. Saved our mix. And I'm going to open up. I'll be working more on this in a bit and later, but this is a good start. Honestly, maybe rap ain't too bad. We'll see. If you couldn't tell, I'm kind of tired. So, not good to mix tired. So that's why doing menial tasks like the whole, doing this, tuning timing doesn't really require your critical ear. So I can do menial tasks all the time. Let me open up. I'm gonna open up comedy. To be honest, that's just my proving ground for a lot of vocal chains. Let's go through the Zal chains. Because my most recent obsessions have been hardware emulation. Because I'm going for the vibes, You gotta use hardware for the vibes. I used to strictly mix with like just neutron and graphic equalizers and compressors, and there's absolutely nothing wrong doing that, okay? It just was my old style of mixing, and now I'm just trying to discover new styles. I have 4 chains here. I have 4 vocal chains. Okay. So let's go through the first vocal chain. This is my old vocal chain. Here we go. Okay. So, start with Melodyne, of course. You always need a tune in time with Melodyne. Oh my lord. And then all I used was like SSL native strip. It's pretty good. Honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. Right? This is a compander. Means there's like a compressor and expander. Think of like any other compressor. Essentially just. Oh my god! What did I just realize? This is like. Wait, what's the order of this? Oh my god. Oh. Now I realize why this was bad. Anyways. Oh hey Shin, how's it going? We just finished like setting up your mix and running it through a vocal chain. Now I'm explaining vocal chains actually at the moment, right? I'm going through the process and my logic of making a vocal chain. Right, so this is my old vocal chain. When I say vocal chain, all that means is just a series of effects that I slap onto my track, and it does things. All I have here is a vocal strip. Vocal strip is simply just a collection of a compander, which is a compressor, expander, de-esser, deploser, and EQ. In case of this microphone that I recorded on, I think I just recorded on this microphone that I'm speaking into at the moment, which is a UT Twin 87, which is a U87 clone. And I love this microphone a lot. It's really good. It sounds good. Really crisp, really warm, really clear. But actually, if you guys want to know what I'm speaking into at the moment, I actually have some signal processing on my mic at the moment, and I could show you guys right now. This is actually my stream vocal chain. Here I got a noise gate because this is bad, and then this is, oh my god, Zona. Oh, Zona. Oh my god, long time no see. Zona. Thanks for dropping by. I'm like I'm just explaining my mix chains and I was working on a little bit of mix commission stuff, so ages, decades. Well, I'm glad to see you. Thanks for dropping by to say hi. I missed you a lot. Okay. I'm talking about my current vocal chain actually with OBS. If you guys can see right here, I actually have the same exact compander right now. I'm speaking into at the moment right now. And I like this compressor a lot because it's just one whole chain. It's one effects, so. What are your thoughts on noise suppression? It's fine. Depends, right? I think in stream, as you can see, I actually was using denoisers and it works, right? But as soon as I turn on this denoiser, it's gonna add some latency to my recording. Already, there is a little bit of latency from me speaking to it arriving to the OBS. So yeah, you can run VSTs. Yes, you can run VSTs. And long time no see. Finally catching your stream. I hope you're doing well. I am doing well. A lot has there's been a lot of things happening this second half of the year, I gotta say. For the better, for the worse. Mostly for the better. A lot of things in my private life, I'd say, But we'll save that for Friday. We'll save that for Cocktail Fridays with Kagra. Yeah. I think it's okay. I think it's better to have some denoisers if you don't mind a little bit of that latency. There's just no, well, I don't know. I can't tell right now. My room is treated, so there's not really, I treated my entire room so that there's reduced echo, but the whole second half of this room is still untreated, but it's good enough that it's in a spot that I can mix. So okay, anyway, let's move on. So that's a compander. I have a little bit of an EQ boost at 3000. I always do this for all my vocals. I think it just always works for my voice. Maybe just a little sweet small boost at 3K. It's just a little bit of a cheat for dictation. The human ear is most sensitive around 3000 kilohertz. 3 kilohertz. So I don't know. I kind of abuse that. I probably shouldn't. It's just like one of my go-to rules. And back, what happened? I'm explaining my vocal chain. I returned from mixing to watch more videos of mixing. I am discussing my vocal chain. This is my oldest vocal chain. This is Zal Mix vocal chain circa I think I use the same exact vocal chain for just about everything in Hoshio's. Actually, yeah. Everything in Hoshio's, I just use this same exact vocal chain. So this is the Hoshio's. We can call this the Hoshio's vocal chain, okay? Except for Soothe. And then this is stupid. So I didn't have any knowledge of what a channel strip meant. So I don't know. I saw a fancy EQ. I saw another compressor, and I'm like, I was told, just do this. Set it to like the ratio to 1.1, and then set the threshold as low as you can, and then does stuff. And of course, I sweeten a little bit of 3K. I dip a little bit around 1,000 to like get rid of a bit of like, I don't know, a little bit of mid energy, because my voice can be really mid frequency heavy. And then you like you high pass, or basically roll off lows. What do I do over here? This is what it sounds like. And then I have, this is the recent edition. This is just like a, I don't know, I guess I slapped on soothe. Some breath control, declicker. I don't know why the hell I added it to the end of my chain, but I was stupid, okay? Here's what it sounds like. Take a look at it closer. See? Got some compressing, producing around 6-ish. I'm only boosting about like 3 dB though. Sound good, so good, sensei. Okay, anyways. Yeah, so the reason why I use this as a testing grounds for my vocal chain is because for some reason I feel like I recorded this cover very well. Like I feel like I performed it very well. And like it's like one of those covers where I was exploring to use more like my chest voice. Oh shit, it's Hiragi you. Thanks for dropping by. Everyone's coming back from the trenches. They see mixing, and they're like, is that audio mixing, not alcohol mixing? No, it's okay. Thanks for dropping by, you. I appreciate it, Maeve. I don't usually stream it this late, but I wanted to do a small little video for Shin to demonstrate just some mixed stuff. So anyways, as I mentioned, I feel like I honestly sang this cover pretty darn well, and you can see like actually all my takes. I did like 4 takes each time, and this is my comped lines. So Sal the Mixmaster, I hope the holiday season has been treating you well. It's been going. Doesn't quite feel super holly jolly yet, but I think I just need to kick myself into holly jolly mood. So I feel like the raw audio was probably really good. Yeah. Again, I can turn off. I'll turn off everything, and then we'll go to the next chain. But we're gonna turn off the reverb, turn off the reverb, turn off the long reverb, turn off the, what else do I have? Like a bus compressor. Like, I'm not to like pat myself on the back, but I don't usually sing like this. And when the day I decided to sing this way, I was like, hey. Also the song, I think. Yeah, like I think I was also just trying to test the microphone, and this microphone just I think I understand now a little bit better why this microphone is so coveted for vocalists. I just have my microphone is not the actual U87 at all. It's a clone of the U87. And I mentioned this Shin, but like I would say like the Rode NT1 that you have is also really, really close really close to a U87 like sound. Um, albeit the main differences here is I recorded in a treated environment, like with sound absorption, into a preamp with like, I believe I was using tape saturation or something like that. So there's a couple of levels here of insanity, recording insanity that some vocalists like me and mixers like me go through, of trying to basically acquire gas, like it's called gear acquisition syndrome. uh it's a money hole. I don't recommend it, but it's fun. Anyways, yeah, that's like a lot of that's the first, that's vocal chain 1. So let's go to vocal chain 2. This is where I started experimenting. I should put should I put the master on? Nah, I should not put the master on. Let's go to vocal chain 2. Okay, so vocal chain 2 is where I started experimenting with this is actually my favorite vocal chain, I think. This is the pop vocal chain. And this one utilizes a lot of different things. I have here, I finally reordered my RX better. I'm basically throwing it into, this is actually similar to that channel strip that we saw earlier, but this is a specifically an 4000E. It's popular. And then this one is a 1176 compressor emulation, hardware emulation. So I'm pumping essentially my vocals through some EQ, light compression, like a actual console channel strip, into a compressor, into another compressor. This is the LA2A, which is like an optical compressor. And then I'm EQing with mag EQ. And then I soothe. And this is like, when I mix this one, it's like, I think I found like my pop vocal chain for these kind of songs. And we'll do a little comparison too. So this is I'm gonna mute this one. This is the chain. Let's put on music. Put reverb back on. Oh, I tried putting a Wolf compressor on again. Yeah, it worked very well. I want to also mention or give another shout out to actually Jonathan King for this instrumental, because if the instrumental wasn't so fire and so well arranged, I think like this wouldn't this is also another mixed philosophy, actually, you know. If the arrangement in music is not good and you're mixing it, it's already gonna be like, well, I don't know how to put this, but the music and arrangement matters the most. That's like the best part of mixing, you know. If it sounds good and it bops and it just sits well, and then you put on your vocals, and then I don't have to do a lot of mixing, to be honest. You heard it when it was raw, like without the tuning and effects. Just like good music, you know. It's also shout out to Gen Hosh, you know, for writing such a bop tune, and it just hit the vibe. Like it just hits my vibe really well too. So vibes plus creates like, this is a good. That's why like I like using this as a grounds for testing vocal chains. So that's like my main vocal chain. I modified that from there, and this isn't one. This one I was experimenting with this big boy right here. Actually, no, this boy right here. So this one is like an emulation of like one of like Dr. Dre's most coveted compressors, Tube Tech CL1B. Now we're entering like the territory where I'm like obsessed with getting hardware emulation, and I'm so close to buying like a $4,000 compressor, and I need to stop myself because it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it yet to buy a $4,000 compressor. Um, I don't do enough commissions on that scale to like make that up. So maybe someday though. Who knows? This is like, I don't know how to describe it. I'm still learning it. It just sounds good though. That's that. This is good chain. There is some audio differences though. It's more commission. This is the old chain. There's nothing wrong with this chain, It's good. This is like really in your face. Really in your face. A little bit more, a little warmer, I guess? Question mark. Yeah, still. And this one, well, I was like, just experimenting with like this is one made with all free plugins except for Melodyne. So this is using the Analog Obsession plugins, and I can't recommend them enough if you really want to start getting into mixing from a hardware perspective. Get Analog Obsession plugins. These were all free. This is what it sounds like. We'll level match a little bit. Back to this one. Back to this one. Albeit, I was just playing with it for a little bit. This is the one that fits the best. Yeah, I don't know if you guys might be able to hear the differences, but they're subtle. They are very subtle, I think, right? Except this one costed me no money. These ones costed me like, I don't know. They're much more expensive. I can talk about this jumble mess another time. I'll talk about arranging vocals and creating chorus stacks some other time. But like, this was this was hell the time. But it was fun. And then jazz. 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 I can explain that another time. Oh, Shin, let me show you what I did with your stuff so far. If you don't mind. All I did was just slap on one of my vocal chains, and I'm like, hey, not too bad. Don't worry. Let's turn on the overdrive, adjust this a little bit. It's a good start. This is I was really complimenting your timing on this. Aww. Disorder 好き勝手やってまいたま恋の種を踏んで祈りの歌も届かないこの街じゃ暴力顔に合いだろうね
交通法に従っていても目的地にはもう着かないぜ名誉も金も未来も欲しいから絆の力で奪い取れ毒出ないシワがのけ物にされてたゴミかす捨てられ親に合わせ顔もね
Obviously, there's a lot more work to thicken it up some more, add some doubling, some delays, things to like really widen it, make it sound creepy and spooky. But maybe add some harmonies and things of that. So lots of things to do. But I'm rather surprised, you know, all I did is just take the same exact vocal change from comedy and slap it on, and I'm just like, this is just a trial, you know, to understand it. The bot part. Oh, yeah, it's I think it's overdriven, right? Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry, we'll fix that. I just need to slap effects on there, you know? Anyways, yeah. We got this. This is gonna be good. This is gonna be good. Sounds really cool. Thank you, Toki. Thank you. Yeah. Gonna be good, yeah. Honestly, oh yeah, Shin, that leads me to ask. May I ask this part? What kind of gun are you going to be shooting? Wait, where is it? Where's the part? Is it over here? Yeah, it's over here. What kind of gun are you going to be shooting in the your art? Like, you know, you remember this part where it's just like, because like this is not a revolver. You shoot an RPG. Do you want to shoot an RPG? Is that what your artist is gonna draw? Is you're gonna have an RPG on your back? Cause like I want to change this sample, cause that's not a revolver, and most people are like, I don't know. I'm a little bit of a, my boy side says I'm a little bit of a weapon nut, you know, so I like accuracy. I think it's a revolver I'm gonna be shooting. All right, yeah, I'm gonna be changing this to an actual revolver. One, like an actual, like I'm gonna get a sample of the rolling revolver here. Click back, and then an actual revolver. That actually might be a revolver. That might be a revolver shot. I'm not sure. This is not a. That is not a cockback of a revolver. Yours is gonna be actually accurate. Okay, I'm gonna make it accurate. Anyways, that's yeah, that's mixing in a nutshell. You can feel free to like it's either a revolver or we could do an RPG. Feel free to drop like go through the VOD beforehand, because I explained how my mix template, and I explained what I was doing and just talking about my more mixed philosophy. So yeah, I need to go to bed soon. So I appreciate you all dropping by for this mix stream. I would mix a little longer, but my ears, I was already mixing beforehand, and my ears are just a little bit tired and my body a little tired. We're gonna have a stream on Friday as usual. We're gonna be doing we're doing our cocktail stream on Friday with Kagura. I appreciate the mix stream. Very happy to learn. Yeah. No, Shin, I'm really excited that you want to learn how to do like DIY stuff, you know. I'm really happy with the progress you've been making. Like, you comp this very well, I think. I mentioned this already. Like, I think your timing is great. You're on a great track, you know. I'll give you encouragement, but I also I'm not gonna sugarcoat things, right? At least I'll try not. Maybe I'm sugarcoating things too much. Maybe I need to be harsher on you. Thank you, Dad. uh, thanks for the stream. No, thank you all for dropping by. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Toki. Thank you. Thank you, Nezu. And thank you, Hiragi, for dropping by. Thank you, Zona, for dropping by too. I really appreciate seeing some old friends and old names. We're gonna be doing cocktails on Friday. Be doing drinks. Maybe we will do let's do, you know what? Maybe we'll do some VTuber cocktails. I don't know. I don't know. I might set up upstairs again. We'll see. Yeah. All right. Hope you guys all enjoy. Do I have an ending screen? A proper ending screen? I'm not sure. Maybe I don't. But I'll talk to you guys later. See you guys Friday at probably 7 p.m. Have a good night. Bye bye.